Gore's movie An Inconvenient Truth was even in a position to win an Oscar this past February was because he had lost the 2000 Florida recount. Our fourth story in the countdown. As Plan Bs go, Mr. Gore's comeback career has been hugely successful. But he is finding out on the media tour for his latest book, The Assault on Reason. Questions about whether he's planning to take another shot at the White House are impossible to escape. Many, myself included, cannot help but wonder if, on global warming, on Iraq, on any of a number of imperative issues, Mr. Gore could surely be more effective from inside the Oval Office than from the top of the bestseller lists. More now of our conversation with Al Gore from earlier today. Listen, by the way, one other topic while you're here. I know nobody ever asked you about this. It's the prospect of you seeking the presidential nomination next year. There's an item in the Newsweek June 4th issue that reads, he, and that would be you, is 50-50 according to one of his closest friends and financial backers. What's your reaction to that item?
Well, whoever that was doesn't reflect my thinking, and I can't even answer the question, Keith, without sounding repetitious. You know my answer. I'm not thinking about running. I don't expect to run. Yes, I haven't ruled out the possibility at some point in the future, but I'm not keeping that exception alive to be coy. I really don't expect to be a candidate again. But here we are, 500 days or so before the next election. I don't see why you know, everybody has to close the doors and say, okay, let's narrow the field and make your bets. I'm an American citizen. I'm going to continue speaking out on my views forcefully and as best I can. And this book, The Assault on Reason, is really about not politics or candidates, but about the way the whole system operates and how it's gone off course, in my opinion, and how we can set it right again.
And it is a call to action to the American electorate to get more involved in the things that really matter to our survival, not just as a democracy, but as you pointed out, in An Inconvenient Truth, as the human race. But to that point, sort of threading these two things together, could it not be argued that the best thing you could do personally to get the changes you say that we need is to actually become President of the United States?
Well, I respect that argument, and I'm under no illusions that there's any position as influential as that of President of the United States. I don't think I'm necessarily very good at politics or at a lot of the things that our modern political system rewards. And as a result, I'm serving in other ways. I'm involved in a different kind of campaign to persuade people to solve the climate crisis. And it's really as part of that effort that I've addressed the problems with our democracy. I'm convinced that we have to fix the foundations in our democracy in order to make better choices and solve the climate crisis.
All right, the one last topical or non-topical question, depending. I guess we would view it as topical and you would view it as non-topical. You mentioned the door closing. When does the door close?
I have no idea.
Do you know that? You don't know that? That's still up in the air?
Oh, I thought you were talking about deadlines and dates and so forth. I really don't know those dates.
That's where we'll leave it. The 45th Vice President of the United States, Al Gore, whose new book is The Assault on Reason. I hope you are as successful with it as you were with An Inconvenient Truth, and that the results are as positive for all of us.
Thank you very much, Keith, and thanks for your passionate involvement in your own way trying to address a lot of these same issues.
You're very kind, sir. As ever, great thanks for being so generous with your time. Well, I tried. More with Al Gore, including the possibility that the internet might